I am honored to talk to this man, Cubs royalty, Ron Santo. Good afternoon, Ron.
How you doing?
Good. I thank you for taking the time out to call in today.
Absolutely.
I have not talked to you, I don't think, ever. I met you a few times at Wrigley through John McDonough, who ran the operation there over the years.
Right.
And I've never had a chance to really sit and talk with you, but today I figured, well, I'm on WGN. Let's give it a go.
Uh-huh.
How's the preseason going?
Well, it couldn't be better, to be honest with you. It's a little bit different this year because of the the extra, we came a week early and we're leaving a week late. So there's 39 games, and so, he's given the guy, you don't want to wear him out, and so he'll play certain players, 2 or 3 of them, the starting lineup, maybe each day, and for about 3 innings. So up until probably the last couple of weeks, then they'll start going with the full squad. But we have 32 pitchers in camp.
Wow.
We have 21 minor leaguers in camp. And thank God I got Pat Hughes because he's able to look at those numbers and
keep track.
Of course, we both have a sheet there, but
when you get hard candy from Chock full of nuts, does Pat Hughes share that with you, or does he take it all home?
He took it all home.
Okay, I knew that because Chock full of nuts is always bringing something up to the booth. Pat Hughes, I'll just take this home, Ronnie, and keep it.
I know it. Everything.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if this is an accurate way to think about it, but the Cubs are going to the 101st season without a World Series win. These guys carry that burden onto the field, don't they? And doesn't that affect the whole outcome, do you think?
You know what? When I played, which was 100 years ago, but nothing was brought up. The last time they were in a World Series was in 1945 against Detroit, and they got beat. And up in '60, and I was there for 14 years, and nobody ever brought that up until it got to close to 100 years. But it's a different era now. These players, they don't think of that pressure.
They don't?
No, we think about it. It's like in '84 we had a chance to get to the World Series, and we had a 2-game lead, and then San Diego beat us 3 straight. That, to me, I think everybody on the '69 club in that era probably felt that was going to take the burden off of our shoulders. It's hard to understand, but honestly, when you look at our ball club that didn't win in '69, didn't get there in '69. Of course, it wasn't divisional play, but we were 8 games in front towards the end of August, and the Mets came out of nowhere.
And then the Black Cat and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, gosh. Well, I was on deck when that happened, and the funny thing about the Black Cat was all of a sudden I see this cat out of the corner of my eye, and he goes around me. Then he goes right to the dugout where DeRocher was, at the end of the dugout, and he stopped there and then went underneath the stands. I thought somebody planted that, but
I have that same mojo, Ronnie. If a crow flies within 3 feet of me, then I have to sit down and not do anything because I think something bad's going to happen. Am I weird? I have to introduce you to somebody that's in the studio with me, Elton Jim. He's a contributor to my show. He's a huge fan of yours, and he does an impression of you, and I want you to critique his impression of you.
All right.
Have you ever heard him do it?
No.
Okay,
never.
well, this is a first then. Here's Elton Jim.
Hi, Larry.
So it'll be dueling Ronnies, and he's a Ronnaby. And here is my friend Elton Jim and his Ronnie impression.
Well, hi, Larry. How you doing?
I'm Garry.
Oh, Garry. Is this Spike?
No, I'm Garry.
Oh, okay. How you doing, Ron, big boy?
I'm doing great.
Okay. Now, I was wondering, is Patrick there? Your Pat Hughes, Patrick?
Patrick is he's here now, but he'll be back.
Sorry
in
about
Chicago
that.
after,
Sorry about that,
right?
Ron. I had to clear my throat on
Well, I understand. I don't. Do I sound that hoarse? But you do sound like me.
Well, that's the whole idea.
Yeah.
See, it's an impersonation.
Yeah,
so it's
well,
supposed to be.
That is dynamite.
It's supposed to be a little like you. A lot of people say I sound like Super Dave Osborne, if you remember him from
Dave
the
Osborne.
80s. Yeah, but anyway, you won't remember that. You remember Don Kessinger, though, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Of course. What was Glenn Beckert's favorite dessert? I heard it was Apple Brown Betty. Now, is that true?
Apple what?
Apple Brown Betty. Did you ever hear that?
No. I think it was.
Come on!
Scotch
How
and
could
water.
you not know
maybe.
that? Okay, here's a question for you, Ron. How many home runs did you hit?
342.
That's correct. How many RBIs did you have?
1,331.
That's correct. How many hits did you have?
200 and something.
2254.
Yeah.
So you had 342 home runs, 1,331 RBIs, 2,254 hits, and you're still not in the Hall of Fame. Come on!
Well,
That's not right, Ronnie, right?
Is that about close, Ron? Is
That's
he
not
close?
right, is it?
Do you think you sound like that, Ron?
Oh yeah. Well, there's no doubt about it. He's got. I didn't. There are times I have a hoarse voice, but he sounds, even when he's not hoarse, he sounds like.
Do you have Gamer on today, Ronnie?
Huh?
Is Gamer on today? What do you have on? Which tube do you have on today? Is Gamer on today?
Oh no, I got my number one on.
Number one.
I'm going to get a haircut and make sure that the sides are done well.
And of course, your dog's name is Joker.
Yes.
And your cat's name is Kitty.
Yes.
Yes. And your wife made a table out of cactus plants, didn't she?
That's great.
Now, that's got to be beautiful. Vicky, of course, is your lovely wife, Vicky.
Yes.
And she made a table out of cactus. What? Come on. What does that look like? Gee whiz.
That's got to be prickly.
You
man.
cannot believe it.
You should see this table, Larry.
Gary, what? It's made out of cactus.
Cactus,
Yeah.
Larry.
How do you make a table out of cactus?
Well, she did it, and it's a beautiful table. And we had to, took time to get that cactus out of the ground and then chop it up.
That's illegal, Ron.
I know that.
Oh, okay. Great.
How many gold gloves do you have, Ronnie?
I had 5.
5. How many All-Star games?
9.
And you're still not in the Hall of Fame. Come on. Oh, now wait a minute. What number was Kenny Holtzman?
Kenny was. Let me see.
Come on, Ronnie.
Kenny was.
Come on. You know this.
I should know this.
Oh, come on. You were standing behind him for 14 years.
Exactly.
You were
and,
at third base.
I was there for pseudo hitters.
Come on. Jesus, come on.
Kenny Holtzman.
Come on, 30.
30.
Number
yes.
30. Come on.
Yeah,
now,
Fergie's 31, Kenny's
right. Now,
30.
who did he throw his no-hitters against? Now, you got to know that.
He threw it against Cincinnati and Atlanta.
Right. Now, here's the key Ron Santo question. What did you do in that no-hitter against
I hit a 3-run homer.
Right.
First inning off of Mexall.
You bet you did, big boy.
That's the only home run I hit against him my whole career.
How about that? Oh, man.
That knuckleball it was very difficult to hit.
What year did you play for the White Sox, Larry? Or Ronnie?
In 1974.
That's correct. What's the name of the movie that your son made?
This Old Cub.
There you go.
Now, Ron, your cat's name is Kitty. Are your
Kitty.
Are your kids named Boy and Girl, or what?
The reason it was, we had a dog named Duke. So Vicky, when we got the cat at that time, named it Duchess.
Oh no!
And so Duke and Duchess, But I said no. No.
Oh no!
She's not gonna. She's not gonna. She hears that. She's not gonna come. So I called her Kitty, and that's what we call her. That's what she hears.
Now that's a great story.
Speaking of Duchess, Elton Jim was telling me a story where the Duchess of York came up to the booth.
Didn't you offer? Offered the Duchess of York, Fergie, a Cronkite bar.
Oh, wasn't that?
Would you like a Cronkite bar?
Instead of a Klondike bar.
Yeah.
All right, Ronnie, good one.
Ronnie, now I'll tell you, you are I got to tell you, first of all, you were born, of course, in Seattle, right?
Yes.
And your birthday is February 25th.
That's right.
1940.
Yes.
And you hit 342 home runs.
There we go.
13.
All right, we know all these numbers.
And you're still, oh, no!
How about those?
What was the name of that guy who dropped that ball when you went, oh, no! Jeez, wasn't that Brant something?
That was Brant Brown.
Brant Brown. Gee whiz!
What about the little pizzas?
Did I sound that bad?
Pro pizzas.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Pro pizzas.
Remember your pro pizzas, Ron?
Oh, sure.
Oh, do you still? I heard you still have those in your garage on ice. Is that true?
No, but I did tell. Did you hear the story I told about the Pro's Pizza?
No, why don't you tell
when I went to Mr. Wrigley to get pizza in the ballpark and put ovens in there, and then I had the one place in Park Ridge, and I keep a couple guys all night cooking pizzas, half cooked, and then they sent them down. They're 12-inch round pizzas. It was cheese or sausage, either one.
I used to love the sausage.
And I wanted to, and Mr. Wrigley at the time said, well, I don't mind you doing that, but don't call it Ron Santo Pizza. Call it something else. So I called it Pro's Pizza.
Oh, those were great, man.
And then I had I've had a couple bad days out there in Wrigley Field, but this particular day, I had a bad day, and there was about 3 guys, and they were on me quite a bit. And next thing I know, they had pizzas. They were ordering pizzas, and next thing, they ordered it to take the pizza out of the box and fire it like a frisbee at me. 3 of them. So they come out onto the field, and I called the bat boy over, and I said, pick those up and reheat them and sell them.
Spoken as a true entrepreneur, Ronnie.
Just dust them off.
Don't waste product.
What's that rule? If it's only on the ground 5 seconds, it's still good? I've heard that.
Right.
And there's also rumors, Larry, that Ronnie was you were the Brad Pitt of the 60s. Is that true? You were quite the suave man with the ladies. That's the word.
No, I just liked that.
You like disco? Did you ever go to Sweetwater with Doug Buffone?
I lived there.
You lived at Sweetwater
with Doug Buffone.
With Doug Buffone, that was his place, wasn't it?
Dougie was in my area. Yeah,
that's right.
Uh-huh. I can't get over the cactus table. First of all, you illegally dig up a cactus. Now, how do you get your arms around it or hold it?
Well, first of all, it's not it's a dead cactus. And it's going to fall eventually, and I didn't realize it was illegal. This was got to do with my wife, Vicky. She's the one that wanted it, but to dig out the cactus was something, even though it was a dead cactus. And then we had to bring a panel truck in there. And then
It's
like Silence of the Lambs, Ron.
Huh?
Sounds like Silence of the Lambs here.
It puts the lotion on the
we
skin.
had to drag it out of there.
The lotion
and
on the skin.
Load it up. They needed a couple guys to pick it up.
Love your suit.
So you cut this thing up when you get it home, and you made the table?
No, she made the
table.
Come on, Larry. Aren't you listening? Come on. Jeez. Oh, no. He just told you. Ron, don't listen to Larry. You explained that story so beautifully. It was like an artist with a pick with a painting, and this guy's not even listening. Come on, Larry. This guy is like you said, he's royalty. Ronnie, how many quarter horses do you have?
3.
3. What are their names?
There's Annie, Maggie, and...
Come on, it's your horse!
Annie, Maggie.
Come on!
And, King.
Isn't there one called Horse?
We just got a new one, King and Remy.
There's no horse?
Horse, pony,
trotter.
They're horses. They're quarter horses.
Quarter.
Mr. Ed.
25 cents. Like the young rappers.
All right, Ronnie, this has been a pleasure. I hope we can do this
Garry.
again.
Let me tell you, Ron, that my name is Jim.
Jim
Turano, and I got to tell you, I love you. I went to the Cubs fantasy camp about 5 years ago, and I wore number 10. I've got a picture of it right in front of me. I got to meet you. I got your autograph.
Ronnie, he's a stalker. Call 911.
And when I was a little kid, my dad bought me 3 posters to hang in my room. It was Bobby Hull, it was Dick Butkus,
and Raquel Welch.
And it was Ron Santo. So believe me, I do this out of pure respect and love for you. And I do know a lot about you
You think?
342.
All right.
home runs.
Well, and let me just say one thing.
All right.
You could, if you were to call this house, and I was not in the house,
You
my
can talk
wife would
dirty to
think it's
Vicky.
me.
Hey, Vic. Now, Vicky, I'm about 4 blocks. We should do a prank. We should prank Vicky.
Well, we'll work on that.
That might
All
be
right.
our next bit.
Thank you, Ron.
Come
You're
on.
welcome, Gary.
Get in that Hall of
care.
Fame, Ronnie.
Thank you.
All
Ron
right.
Santo. Oh.